Alright guys, so today's video we're going to cover something a little different, but it's from a company that I've covered before, but it's a different type of product. Now, I know I normally don't talk about phones on this channel, but this one's kind of special, and right now I can easily say this is the best time to buy the Razer Phone 2. So first off, you're probably wondering, why is it any different now than when it came out 3 or 4 months ago? That's a good question, but listen to where it's at now. Its retail price was $800. Okay, that's putting it up there against the Pixel and a lot of the iPhones and Samsung phones. Like, there is a lot of competition in that range. For this phone to now be, and I don't know how long this is, $499, is basically having one of the best, in my opinion, flagship phones for pretty much half the cost of what everybody's charging for theirs right now. I know that it just recently updated to Android Pie, so it's running 9.0. That is the latest and greatest version of Android, which adds a lot of different features to it. So what the phone has, let's talk about that real quick. Now, this is not a review. This is just me telling you guys, if you're in the market for a phone, especially considering a lot of people right now are talking about the new Samsung S10s, and they should be. It's an incredible phone. Or let's say you use Apple and you're looking for something a little different. The Razer Phone 2, other than the Pixel, is probably one of the closest phones to a pure Android experience. So let me explain what's in the phone. First off, it has the loudest speakers I've ever heard in a phone. It kind of eliminates having to take a Bluetooth speaker because most phones sound tinny, they don't have bass, it's just kind of blah. This has that covered by adding a little more punch, definitely more volume, and it just has Dolby Atmos. So it just has the feeling of having surround sound. The one thing that this offers that no other phone offers is the 120 Hz refresh rate screen. Now, if you're a gamer or if you're somebody that's really into high-def TVs, you'll know what that means. If you ever watch something and on TV it looks so lifelike that it looks fake because it is so clear. And that is because the movement on here, this refresh rate, is keeping there from being any blur. It really is the smoothest display I've ever seen on a cell phone. Now, the build of this. First off, I'm a sucker for RGB lighting. My whole setup back here is Razer, so the fact that they added that to the phone, not only can you set up to light different colors or just have it cycle through different colors, this even lights up to let you know you have notifications. And so a certain color will represent this type of notification or, whatever else. There is a lot going on in this one phone. Now, it has 8 gigs of RAM, and it has 64 gigs as far as memory goes. You can add a micro SD card in here if you want to add more, and I kind of recommend that, especially if you're going to be gaming and adding a lot of games to your phone. It's going to eat up a lot of space. Now, the glass back that they added on the Razer Phone 2 allows for wireless charging, which Razer does sell a wireless charger. I will say though, it is $100, and that is very steep for a wireless charger, although the wireless charger has RGB lighting, which can also change colors based on notifications that you have coming in on your phone. So I get why they're charging so much, but it is very, very steep for the dock itself. Now, even with the phone, you get a pretty good Razer experience by doing the unboxing. I mean, they even have their own SIM tool. Their cables that they use are braided just like the ones for the headphones. Everything has that sleek Razer branding. They did an incredible job. Camera-wise, that's where a lot of people have concerns about these. And I understand. When it came out, the camera was kind of crappy. So the problem that people had with the pictures that this phone took originally had nothing to do with the hardware. It was all the software, because this actually has Sony lenses inside. So the fact that now you can use Google's software with Sony lenses, I was able to get some really incredible shots using this phone. So you have to look at it this way. $499 for 8 gigs of RAM, 64 gig, 120 Hertz, and a beautiful screen, especially if you're gaming. Now, even if you're not a gamer, if you're somebody that just likes to watch media, if you like to watch YouTube, if you like to watch Netflix, all these other things on your phone, you're not really going to get a better experience than with the Razer Phone, in my opinion. It's the first Netflix HDR certified, so you get to watch what's on Netflix in HDR on here. The 120 Hertz looks amazing on pretty much everything I've watched. Now, it is an LCD screen. It is not an AMOLED screen, But again, it's brighter than the first gen. It has beautiful colors in my opinion. Now I know that Razer let off a lot of their mobile department, and that kind of shows concern as far as them coming out with a Razer phone version 3. But right now we have this beautiful piece of hardware that works incredible. The camera's upgraded, the screen's amazing, and there's no other screen that compares to it as far as the refresh rate. The audio sounds amazing coming out of the speakers, and they even include a USB 24-bit DAC that you can use regular headphones into it because it does not have a headphone jack. I really don't understand in a gaming media phone how you don't have a headphone jack and you have to keep up with a dongle if you want to use headphones. That's kind of irritating. And as far as battery life, you can get easily all day. If you're going to use the 120 hertz, that is going to cut down your battery quite a bit. But if you're using it at 90 hertz, you'll get more battery. Easily lasts me all day. But for heavy users, you might have to charge it in between if you're going to run this full speed all day. So again, guys, this is not a review. I do want to possibly start covering phones more on the channel, but I found this to be an absolute steal. I had been wanting the Razer phone, but I didn't want to pull the trigger on it just because it was so much, and I already had the Pixel phone, and there was no reason to justify it. But now that it came down quite a bit in price, and it also added Android 9.0, it was a no-brainer. And to be honest, I absolutely love the whole experience. It's amazing. I'm glad I picked it up. It is very fragile though. This glass back has me worried. Probably going to get a case on it, but this RGB lighting will not be covered up. So guys, that is my video on the Razer Phone 2. Like I said, right now I know it's $500. I don't know how long it's going to be that price. It is on Amazon. It shows that it's temporarily out of stock. It is on Razer's site. There are places that you can get this phone right now for $499. But guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, guys, make sure to stay tuned for more.